stuck with my crush. As the sun sets, Hanyena rests in the room. Suddenly, something moves. She wakes up and opens her eyes, looking around. She sweats and says to herself, "He's still, not back yet." She sweats silently, remembering her first encounter with Song Ji-hoo. She fell to the ground and said in pain, "Eek." She looks at Kwon Tae-sik and is shocked. Kwon Tae-sik says, "Hey, two of our guys are dead, but who would have thought we'd find such a pretty girl here? Those two losers were useless anyway, so this worked out great, lol." Song Ji-hoo says, "This feels refreshing." Kwon Tae-sik looks back and says, "Hey, Ji-hoo, you gonna start first? Haha." Song Ji-hoo says, "Start what? Move aside." As he comes closer to Hanyena, he shows off his muscular body. Hanyena is starstruck as she stares at Song Ji-hoo. She says to herself, "Wait, weren't they all in league with those people? Then that man must be one of them too. Where did everyone else go?" Suddenly the door opens. Hanyena is shocked and confused as Song Ji-hoo enters the room. He says, "Shoo." Hanyena covers herself with a mattress and says, What happened?" "Ah, the shelter," Song Ji-hoo says. "That shelter was completely overrun and is beyond saving. I'm not sure what happened to your friends." Hanyena sweats and says, That's impossible. Why would you go that far?" "The people at the shelter had nothing to do with you guys." Song Ji-hoo says, "Nothing to do with us. We tried to enter that shelter through official procedures at first. There were less than 10 of us, while that place was run by the military and had a lot of people. Naturally, we had no reason to pick a fight with them first. But during the screening process, one of us mentioned that we came from a prison. Well, it's not like we were trying to hide it. At that moment, we were immediately denied entry, and though we asked to just be sent on our way, they wouldn't let us go. Suddenly, the shelter manager branded us as intruders and ordered them to fire. A gunfight broke out in the process, and one of our people died. That was the start of the conflict. Hanyena says, "I see. But since you're a group of criminals, it's only natural to be denied entry, though the order to shoot. I'm not so sure about that. And you too. I'm grateful that you helped me, but you're a criminal regardless, so it's only natural for me to feel uncomfortable." Song Ji-hoo is silent, then says, "Well, that's fair. After what you went through because of us last time, it wouldn't be strange for you to hate me. And while it's a shame about the shelter, I was part of that group, so I have nothing to say for myself. Though as of now, I've become enemies with them too. I had a younger sister. She was a victim of gang rape." Hanyena is shocked and confused. Song Ji-hoo continues, "She took her own life, and I lost my entire family. So I got my revenge. It was so brutal that I basically gave up on being human. Looking at you, it reminds me of my sister. Like a flower in a greenhouse, she didn't know the ways of the world. She couldn't do anything unless someone protected her. Making you fight that zombie alone was because I wanted to make sure you could survive on your own, even if there's no one to protect you. I don't know about the others, but you feel special to me, so you don't have to worry about those things around me." Hanyena sweats and hides half of her face in the comforter. Song Ji-hoo says, "You're Hanyena, right?" "I'm Song Ji-hoo." Hanyena blushes and says, "Song Ji-hoo." She stares at Song Ji-hoo and says to herself, Dang, he is really handsome." She hides under the comforter and says to herself, "No, I already have Jung Min-jun, but what is this feeling of guilt? But, no matter what, I can't look at another man. No matter how much he flirts with me, I will never." Song Ji-hoo says, "That guy with the glasses from before. Are you two friends? It seemed like you two were quite close." Hanyena says, "We're just friends." "No, he's my boyfriend. He's my boyfriend, okay. Not officially, but he's going to be my boyfriend." "Wait, is that just my wishful thinking? What's wrong with me?" Song Ji-hoo is confused. Hanyena continues, I mean nothing has happened yet." Song Ji-hoo smirks, stands up and says, "You're cute." Hanyena is shocked and confused. Song Ji-hoo takes out a radio and says, "Here, take this. You seem a bit uncomfortable staying with me. I'll find another empty house to rest in, so contact me with this if anything happens." Hanyena takes the radio and says, Song Ji-hoo walks out and says, "Rest up, then." "Hey." As Song Ji-hoo closes the door, Hanyena rolls on the bed and says, "I'm really going crazy. I can't give my heart to a guy like that." A few hours later, at night, the room is silent. Hanyena sleeps beautifully on the bed as her dream starts. In her dream, since the zombie outbreak, 2 years have passed. "I thought the world was ending, but a cure was developed and peace returned to the world. Hanyena, in her dolled-up self, says to herself, "Ah, this is such a drag. I can't believe I'm on a date with that loser Jong Minjin. I wonder if he is going to fall for me when he sees me all dressed up. I should keep my distance and play hard to get. Anyway, since we're adults now, isn't it about time we did something rated R? I bet that jerk Jong Minjin is having perverted thoughts right now. Ha, should I prepare myself just in case? What if we have a drink and he asks to go to his place? He really is such a pervert. Wait, he lives with his mom, so that won't work? Darn it, then where should we go? Is my house the only option?" Jong Minjin says, "Hanyena." Hanyena is shocked and looks in the direction of Jong Minjin. She says, "Huh? Jong Minjin? Hey, you loser. Do you wear that same hoodie 365 days a year?" He waves and says, "Huh? Oh, I thought I dressed up PR Eddie well." Hanyena says, "No way, how can someone be such a loser?" She says to herself, "I spent over 2 hours getting all dolled up. This is so demoralizing." Hanyena says, "Hurry up, you idiot." Jong Minjin says, "Oh, sorry." A few moments later, a slice of cake is put on the table. Hanyena says, "So, what are we doing after we eat?" Jong Minjin says, I don't know. Is there anything you want to do?" Hanyena says, Well, should we get a drink and go to my place?" Jong Minjin says, "Drinks? This early in the day? I've never even had a drink before." "Well, we're adults now, so it's fine, right?" "Oh, right. Hak Cheol ended up applying for the UDT. Being a soldier really suits him." "Ha," Hanyena says to herself. "Ha, this is so annoying." Jong Minjin is just talking about himself. He hasn't even said I look pretty, even though I worked so hard on my look. Whatever, forget it. If this guy doesn't care, I'll just go meet another man. There isn't a man in this world I couldn't seduce if I put my mind to it. Hanyena, annoyed, says, "Oh, by the way, I'm debating whether I should go or not." Jong Minjin says, "Oh, really? Is he handsome?" Hanyena says, "He's 6 feet 2 inches and has a great body." Jong Minjin says, "Whoa, you really are amazing, Yena." Jian from Lumina suddenly says, "Minjin Oppa?" Jong Minjin, confused, says, "Huh?" Hanyena looks behind and says, "What? Oppa?" She says to herself, "Wait, what did that witch just—" The crowd around says, "Oh my gosh." His friend says, "Isn't that Jian from the group Lumina?" Her friend says, "Wow, she's gorgeous." A boy with a crossed eye says, "She looks insane in person." Jian from Lumina says, "I can't believe I ran into you here. Oppa, what are you doing here?" Jong Minjin says, "Oh, it's you, Jian. What brings you here?" Hanyena is shocked and sweats as she says to herself, Jong Minjin, did you really know Lumina and JN?" Jian from Lumina says, We recently got back in touch. Haha. Jong Minjin says, "Jian, what are you doing here?" Jian says, "I didn't have any schedules today, so I just stepped out, and I happened to see you. Can I hang out with you guys?" Hanyena sweats in shock listening to Jong Minjin and John from Lumina talking like old friends. She says to herself, "Teet, that can't be Jong Minjin." John from Lumina says, "Let's go see a movie together, Oppa." Jong Minjin says, "Should we?" Hanyena says to herself, "There's no way that freaking loser knows the most popular idol in Korea." Back in reality, Hanyena sweats as she doesn't like her dream and says, Jong Minjin, you son of a witch. Don't leave me behind." Suddenly she wakes up and shouts, "Ha, Jong Minjin, ha, huff." She sweats in shock, then becomes silent and says to herself, "I regret it. If only I had changed my mind sooner. I would have become closer to Jong Minjin before this nightmare of a world began, back in that peaceful world where we could go anywhere and do anything we wanted. I could have gone on dates with him, watched movies, grabbed drinks, gone on trips. We could have done all the things I wanted to do." As tears flow uncontrollably, she says, "Jong Minjin, where on earth are you?" She takes the radio and presses it. Song Ji-hoo immediately says, "What is it?" Hanyena says, "Gunja Station." As tears continue to flow from her eyes, she continues, "We have to go to the next station and cross the Han River. Even if it's tomorrow, please come with me to find my friend." Thanks for tuning in. I truly appreciate each and every one of you who took the time to watch this video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. If you enjoyed what you saw, consider sharing my videos or channel with your friends who might also enjoy it. Your support means the world to me and helps my channel grow. Let's keep this community thriving together. Until next time, see you in the next video.